6 ways to avoid rigidity in agility. Hi, my name is Debopom Sanyal and I am your personal coach. Today we are going to discuss how we should not bring rigidity into agility. Agile project management has taken over the world by storm. We do know that there are so many benefits of doing agile project management. We know how agile frameworks and agile as a whole can change the way we deliver. However, we have seen in recent past that agile has turned into very rigid process as well, thanks to our habits, thanks to doing things that we used to do, previous to agile. So how we can stop that rigidity from agility? I'll share you 6 steps. The first one: never be a Scrum police or Agile police or Kanban police or Lean police, whatever it is. Never say, we can only do things this way. This is what's written on Scrum Guide. This is what's done in this project. This is what's written on there. If you read the Agile Manifesto very properly, you would understand that they have used present continuous tense. That means we are uncovering, we are finding new ways of doing things, and that means that we don't really have anything fixed. It talks about that growth mindset, it talks about learning from things that we are doing. That's why never be a police. I understand that when you are doing things like Scrum, a framework like Scrum, you need to respect that Scrum guide. However, sometimes you need to understand the mind behind people who are actually doing it, right? So never be a police. Try to understand, try to engage with them, try to do experiment. It's okay to do things differently than others do. And Scrum Guide doesn't really say much things. There are many things in Scrum which is out of Scrum Guide, right? So never be a Scrum police or any other police. The second step: never think that this is the best way that we have to do, right? So if you are thinking that, okay, this is how we have done in the past, this is how the teams must do, for example, writing user story, for example, doing estimation, this is how we do. We have to do planning poker. We have to do, you have to write user story in this particular format. If you do so, you are bringing rigidity, because this is the exact reason why agile came into the picture, because we are telling people, we were doing, we were telling people, this is how you have to do things, this is how it needs to be done. And if you are doing the same thing with agile, then what you are different with, you are not different than them, right? So try to bring that feeling of experimentation. Try to understand the reason, the concept behind agile. It does not make you rigid. It's in fact liberates you from all this. So don't be very rigid with this is the best way. And if you think that this is the best way, probably your mind is not agile. You need to set your mindset to be agile. And that's how is that possible? When you think, okay, this is the best way I know so far. However, there could be better ways of doing it. And what you can only do when you open up your mind, when you collaborate, when you engage in discussions, and then only better ways come out. So mind this point too. Point 3: never ever stop doing experimentation, right? And this is what the empiricism is all about. So if you are working on some project, if you are working on a team, you need to keep experimenting. The experimentation can be structured experimentation, what is structured experimentation? The structured experimentation gives you data which you can take action plans, which you can understand and then correlate and then bring back those learnings and implement in other next time you are iterating, right? So remember to do experiments. It can be small experiment. It's okay. You need not to do a big experiment every time. You can do small experiments and that could give you results. So remember, never stop experimentation. And the fourth point is very much aligned with the third, that never stop learning from the experiments. Because if you only do experimentations and never learn from it, never have any action plan, it will not give you any benefit whatsoever. So remember, if you are doing experimentation, well, great job, but need to have those learnings. back into the action, right? So you need to bring those points, create action plans. Sometimes things could be on with you, sometimes things could be with others. Come back, collaborate, and implement those learnings. Now, point five. Point five. Remember, each team you are dealing with are different. In fact, a team at different stage is different. It cannot be the same way of doing things every time. So if something works for one team, it might not for the other. The composition of the team is different. The people of the team is different. So the agility comes from people, right? I mean, you need to understand that you have to engage with people and they are of different compositions. So if you have a different team, different solutions, right? You have to be in that problem area, find out what things works for this team, and then go ahead with that. Never have a template and okay, this is the template that I work with. Okay, the first thing I do, I'll go, okay, let's go and do Scrum. It will fail miserably. Remember, forget about two teams are different. Remember, one team is different at different stages. So your team goes to different kinds of maturity, and when we do that, we need to change our approaches. So you need to be very cautious about it and never have a template to do those things, right? Number 6. This is very important. Last but never the least, whichever framework you are following, whether Scrum, Kanban, or whatever framework you are doing, remember these frameworks do not solve your problems. The problems are solved by your people. These frameworks help you expose those problems. Tell you, okay, these are the problem areas which needs to be exposed, and Scrum and Kanban, they are very good at it, right? So, but you, the people, need to solve those problems. While when the problems get exposed, keep those points, take those points, have an action plan, and work on those. Only if you do so, then only you can get results. But if you are focused on framework and you think your framework is going to solve your problems, you are entering into the territory of rigidity, again, which something that will not yield you any success. I hope you understand. I hope you would go and implement those fixings and never be rigid in agility. So avoid rigidity and agility. If you have any other comments, if you have any other feedback, please do share that in the comment section below. And please like and subscribe the video if you like the content, and I will see you soon.